Hello everyone! Our channel today joins us to discuss with you the story related to Carter on the Bold and the Beautiful. Los Angeles, the city of shattered dreams and rekindled flames, has always been the glittering yet treacherous backdrop for the endless saga of love, betrayal, and redemption on the Bold and the Beautiful. In the sweltering heat of October 2025, the Forrester dynasty once again trembles under the weight of a romantic earthquake. Carter Walton, the steadfast lawyer whose heart has been battered time and again by the Logan and Forrester whirlwinds, has just made the ultimate sacrifice. In a scene that left viewers reaching for tissues and clutching their pearls, Carter broke off his engagement to Hope Logan, stepping aside with a grace that only amplified the tragedy. But as the dust settles on this poignant parting, a chilling question hangs in the air like smog over the Hollywood hills. Has Carter finally had enough? Will he pack his bespoke suits, bid adieu to the opulent boardrooms of Forrester Creations, and vanish into the sunset, leaving us to mourn the departure of the incomparable Lawrence St. Victor? For longtime fans of B&B, this moment feels like the culmination of a Greek tragedy scripted in the stars, or perhaps in the mind of head writer Bradley Bell, who never misses an opportunity to twist the knife in our collective hearts. Carter, portrayed with brooding intensity by St. Victor since 2013, has evolved from a supporting player in corporate intrigue to a romantic lead whose every vulnerability tugs at our soul strings. His engagement to Hope was meant to be a beacon of stability in a show notorious for its carousel of couplings. Yet, in true soap fashion, fate, or a well-timed text message had other plans. As Hope's eyes wandered back to her ex-husband Liam Spencer, and their daughter Beth's innocent plea for a family dance pierced the veil of pretense, Carter's world crumbled. "Give your daughter what she wants. Give her her parents back," he uttered, his voice a raw whisper of resignation as he slipped the glittering engagement ring from her finger. It was a line delivered with such aching authenticity that even the most jaded viewers found themselves sobbing into their evening wine. But let's rewind the reel, dear readers, because no Bold and the Beautiful heartbreak is complete without the labyrinthine backstory that makes these moments so deliciously devastating. Hope Logan, the wide-eyed heiress whose name evokes both optimism and irony, has long been the emotional epicenter of the show. Daughter of the indomitable Brooke Logan, that siren of seductions and corporate conquests, Hope inherited not just her mother's legendary beauty, but also her propensity for romantic entanglements that could rival a telenovela marathon. Her love story with Liam Spencer began as a fairy tale, two young idealists bound by passion and parenthood, navigating the treacherous waters of the fashion world. Beth's miraculous return from a presumed kidnapping in 2019 only deepened their bond, turning their union into a symbol of enduring love against all odds. Yet, as any B&B devotee knows, nothing in this world is sacred for long. Liam's wandering eye first to Steffi Forrester, the blonde bombshell with a penchant for speedboats and forbidden trysts, fractured their marriage irreparably. Hope, in a desperate bid for solace, tumbled into the arms of Thomas Forrester, a union marred by obsession and manipulation that left scars deeper than any catwalk scandal. The Logans and Forresters clashed in courtroom dramas and boardroom battles, with Hope emerging as a phoenix, only to find herself single and searching once more. Enter Carter Walton, the dark horse, the voice of reason in a sea of chaos. Tall, impeccably tailored, and with eyes that could negotiate a merger or melt a heart, Carter represented stability. He wasn't a Forrester heir with a legacy of lunacy. He was a self-made man loyal to a fault, whose quiet strength had anchored him through his own romantic shipwrecks, from the fiery Quinn Fuller to the enigmatic Grace Turner. Their courtship ignited like a slow-burning fuse in early 2025. Amid the turmoil of Forrester Creations' near collapse under Ridge and Brooke's endless marital merry-go-round, Carter and Hope found refuge in each other. He championed her hope for the future line, reviving it from the ashes of corporate sabotage, while she saw in him a partner untainted by the family's toxic history. Their engagement, announced with champagne toasts and tearful vows in the sun-drenched Forrester showroom, promised a fresh chapter. Fans buzzed with excitement, finally, a pairing that felt grounded, mature, even revolutionary for a show built on impulse and infidelity. Carter and Hope are endgame, trilled one viewer on social media forums, echoing a sentiment that briefly silenced perennial Lope Forever Brigade. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming, invisible fissures fed by Hope's unresolved longing for the man who had fathered her child and shattered her trust. The catalyst for catastrophe arrived in a hail of gunfire and false alarms. Liam, ever the heroic hothead, found himself in the crosshairs of a shadowy assassination attempt, a plot twist straight out of a noir thriller, involving vengeful exes and mistaken identities. For agonizing days, the Spencers and Logans held vigil, convinced their golden boy had breathed his last. Hope, shattered by grief, clung to Carter like a lifeline, her engagement ring a talisman against the void. The wedding plans accelerated, invitations etched in gold, as if haste could outrun sorrow. But then, in a resurrection worthy of Lazarus, Liam clawed his way back from the brink. Bandaged but unbroken, he emerged from the hospital with eyes only for hope and resolve to reclaim the family he had nearly lost forever. What followed was a masterclass in emotional warfare, the kind that the bold and the beautiful wield like a scalpel. Hope, torn between the safe harbor of Carter's arms and the stormy passion of her past with Liam, became a portrait of inner torment. Sleepless nights gave way to stolen glances at old photos of Beth's first steps, her tiny hand clasped in both parents' larger ones. Daydreams intruded during fittings at Forrester, Liam's laugh echoing through sunlit parks, the ghost of their wedding vows whispering in the wind. Carter, perceptive as ever, sensed the shift the way Hope's smiles faltered. Her touches grew tentative. He doubled down, proposing an impromptu wedding to seal their fate, his voice laced with urgency. "Let's make it official today." No more waiting. It was a plea masked as romance, born of fear that the sands of their borrowed time were slipping away. The denouement unfolded on October 2nd, 2025, in a sequence that will be etched in soap history as one of the most gut-wrenching farewells ever aired. The Forrester showroom, usually a hive of haute couture and hushed ambitions, felt oppressively intimate that afternoon. Sunlight slanted through floor-to-ceiling windows, casting long shadows that mirrored the growing divide between the couple. Carter, impeccably suited in charcoal gray, paced with the energy of a caged panther, his proposal for an immediate nuptials hanging in the air like a challenge. Hope, elegant in a flowing white blouse that evoked bridal purity, fidgeted with the hem, her sapphire eyes darting to her phone. The text from Liam arrived like a thunderclap, an invitation to Beth's daddy-daughter dance, a simple family ritual transformed into a siren call. "You want to be with Beth and Liam tonight," Carter said, his tone steady but his jaw clenched, the words slicing through the pretense like a seam ripper through silk. Hope's denial crumbled under his gaze, tears wild as she confessed the pull of her heartstrings, the unbreakable tether to the life she had once envisioned. What elevated this breakup from standard soap suds to Shakespearean pathos was Carter's response. No recriminations, no bitter accusations, just profound, selfless wisdom. He acknowledged the dance's significance, the joy it would bring to their daughter, and in doing so, excised himself from the picture with surgical precision. "That's what's in your heart," he murmured, his fingers trembling as they unclasped the ring, a symbol of promises unkept. A final kiss, soft and sorrowful, sealed the severance. Goodbye, Hope. As she fled toward reunion, the camera lingered on Carter's solitary figure. Shoulders slumped against the showroom's cold marble, a titan felled by love's indifferent blade. The aftermath rippled through Los Angeles like an aftershock. Hope arrived at Brooke's house just as the sun dipped low, the golden hour bathing the scene in ethereal light. Liam and Beth, mid-twirl in a makeshift dance party adorned with balloons and cookie crumbs, froze in delighted surprise. Beth's face lit up like a Christmas tree. "Mommy." The trio swayed together to a tender melody, Hope's laughter mingling with sobs, the ring's absence on her finger a silent vow renewed. Liam's smile, boyish and triumphant, spoke volumes. This was no mere co-parenting truce, but the spark of a full-fledged revival. Speculation swirled immediately. Would this evolve into a candlelit first date at Al Giardino, orchestrated by meddlesome matchmakers Deacon and Brooke? Would confessions flow like vintage champagne, Hope owning her dalliances with Thomas and Carter, Liam severing any lingering threads to Steffi? Insiders whisper of an accelerated timeline intimacy to cleanse old wounds. An engagement ring slipped on under starlight. Remarriage vows exchanged before the leaves turn. Lope fans, dormant during Hope's Carter chapter, erupted in euphoric cheers. Their hashtags trending from Malibu to Manhattan. Yet, amid the jubilation for Hope and Liam, a pall of sorrow cloaks Carter's horizon. The man who has orchestrated murders and mediated mayhem now grapples with personal dissolution. Stumbling into Il Giardino that fateful evening, Carter sought solace in the din of open mic night and nod to Deacon Sharp's entrepreneurial flair, revived post the tragic loss of singer Tom. There, amid the haze of spotlights and strumming guitars, he encountered Daphne Rose, the enigmatic bartender whose warnings about rushing into matrimony had fallen on deaf ears. Her performance, a sultry ballad of lost loves, drew him in like a moth to flame. As she joined him at the bar, her hand enveloping his in quiet solidarity, Carter confessed, "I'm just a loser in love." Daphne's retorted gentle challenge, "Are you?" hinted at horizons unexplored. A potential pivot toward redemption. Could this be the dawn of Carton, a pairing blending Carter's gravitas with Daphne's free-spirited allure? Or merely a rebound in the grand tradition of soap solace? But the specter of departure looms larger than any new flirtation. Whispers in fan circles and industry corridors suggest Carter's arc may be veering toward an exit ramp. After all, how many heartbreaks can one character endure before the writers deem him expendable? St. Victor's portrayal has imbued Carter with a depth that transcends the typical hunk archetype. He's the everyman philosopher, quoting legal precedents one moment and pondering existential solitude the next. His tenure on B&B has been marked by bold strokes. The illicit affair with Quinn that scandalized the Forresters, the ethical tightrope of forging documents for Ridge, the quiet dignity in loving from afar. Yet, each romantic rebuffs Zoe Buckingham's betrayal, Quinn's volatility. Now Hope's divided loyalties chips away at his resolve. It sucks, but sometimes being a kind and compassionate adult means stepping aside. St. Victor reflected in a recent interview, his voice cracking with the weight of reliving the scene. The actor, who earned Performer of the Week accolades for that tear-streaked farewell, admitted the raw emotion spilled over from script to screen, blurring the line between fiction and frailty. Fan reactions have been a torrent of empathy and indignation, flooding message boards and social media with a fervor unseen since Steffi's paternity bombshells. On Soaps.com forums, one devotee lamented, "I'm so glad Carter dumped Hope. She and Liam deserve each other's flip-flopping drama." But poor Carter. Always the bridesmaid in love's cruel game, Reddit threads buzzed with calls for justice. Carter and Hope should have ended with the FC takeover mess. This storyline did nothing but drag everyone down, opined a user, echoing frustrations over the pairing's abrupt pivot. Facebook groups overflowed with speculative pairings, from a Quinn redux to an unlikely alliance with Katie Logan, the sharp-tongued truth-teller. Carter needs a woman who sees his worth, not a Logan who treats him like a placeholder, declared a post garnering thousands of likes. Sympathy surged for St. Victor himself, with petitions circulating to grant Carter a happily ever after arc, lest the show lose its moral compass. "He's the glue holding the chaos together, don't let him walk," pleaded another fan, capturing the dread of an impending void. Delving deeper into St. Victor's journey adds layers to this narrative of potential loss. The actor, a Brooklyn native with a theater pedigree, joined B&B as a day player, but quickly ascended to staple status. His Carter debuted amid the 2013 Spectre fashion espionage, a role that demanded both legal acumen and romantic fire. Off-screen, St. Victor has worn many hats, directing episodes, penning scripts, even advocating for diversity in daytime TV. In a candid 2025 chat, he teased a creative shift beyond acting, hinting at writing ventures that could signal a graceful bow. Yet, reassuringly, sources confirm his commitment. St. Victor has deep ties to the CBS soap. He's not going anywhere. Still, in the volatile world of soaps, where contracts shift like sand dunes, fans brace for the unthinkable. Imagine the ripple effects. Forrester Creations without its ethical enforcer, Ridge's schemes unchecked, Brooks' machinations unmoored. Carter's exit would orphan subplots the lingering tension with ex-lover Grace, the corporate feuds with Bill Spencer leaving narrative loose ends that could unravel the fabric of B&B's universe. Zooming out, this breakup underscores the show's enduring genius, its unflinching exploration of love's collateral damage. The Bold and the Beautiful, now in its 39th season, thrives on these seismic shifts, where joy for one begets agony for another. Hope's liberation paves the way for Lope 3.0, a redemption saga laced with therapy sessions, co-parenting triumphs, and perhaps a bun in the oven to cement their bliss. Early spoilers tease jaw-dropping developments, a surprise pregnancy reveal, a vow renewal atop a Malibu cliff. The possibilities dazzle, promising the epic romance fans crave. Meanwhile, Carter's solitude invites reinvention. Perhaps he'll channel his pain into a ruthless bid for Forrester control, allying with the Spencers against the old guard. Or, in a twist of poetic justice, he'll find love in the unlikeless Quarters Daphne's bohemian world, offering the authenticity Hope's high society swirl could not. As October's chill seeps into LA's eternal summer, we viewers are left in suspenseful limbo. Will Carter's goodbye to Hope evolve into a grander adieu to the City of Angels? Or will Lawrence St. Victor's magnetic presence endure, guiding his character through yet another Phoenix rise? One thing is certain, in the grand tapestry of the Bold and the Beautiful, no thread is ever truly severed. Hearts mend, empires crumble and rebuild, and love, that capricious deity, always circles back. Tune in, dear readers, for the chapters yet unwritten. And if Carter does depart, let us raise a glass to the man who loved fiercely, lost gracefully, and taught us that true nobility lies not in possession, but in release. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more updates on the Bold and the Beautiful.